Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make something not specifically Norwegian, but we're going to make something that was something we made all the time when I was growing up, especially at Christmas time. These are Christmas wreaths. They're very, very simple to make, but the fun thing about this is when we were growing up, we called them man things. You can see the resemblance, I guess, right? Green, red eyes, all that. Well, anyway, we used to laugh about it. We called it man things. So that's what we call them in my house too, is man things. Very, very easy to make. Very few ingredients. I use 2 sticks of butter or margarine, okay? Cornflakes and marshmallows. The recipe that I take this from, I have to show you this cookbook because I use this for everything. This is just called Cookbook. And it's by the Halstead Community Club, Halstead, Minnesota, and I have used this cookbook for years. We used it when I was growing up, of course, when I got married. Been married almost 30 years. I use a lot of things out of this cookbook. One thing in particular I use is the candy wreath, and you even say man things on that one. My kids get a kick out of that too, so we call them man things. We don't actually even make them into wreaths because we like to make them just look like a little man thing there. Anyway, back to the recipe. What we have to do first is we have to melt the butter and the marshmallows together. It's basically a Rice Krispie bar is what it is, but you're putting green food color and cornflakes instead of the Rice Krispies. So what I've got already, just to save a little time, I already went ahead and melted the butter. So it's already melted ahead of time. And I'm going to go ahead and put in my marshmallows. Now this is a double batch because normally for a single batch you would just need one of these, 30 marshmallows, and 3.5 cups of cornflakes. But I'm going to double it because they go so fast. We eat them all up right away. So 2 sticks of that, 60 marshmallows, and 7 cups of cornflakes. Okay, so these are going to go in here. Put this down. I get a little light on the subject. And it'll take just a second for me to get these melted. Let's get back here. And it's a good idea to go ahead and not let them sit, just kind of stir them around because you don't want it to burn. The butter shouldn't burn, and the marshmallows too. So I usually just sit here and try to toss them around until they get completely melted. So this is going to take a little bit, so we'll get back to you in just a minute. Okay, and I think we're about ready. We've gotten this all melted thoroughly through. It takes only maybe about 5 minutes, but again, I would say definitely want to try to keep stirring constantly when you do this. All right, now the next thing is you put in your green food coloring. Now you basically just want to put in until you find the color that you basically want. You don't measure it out or anything. You just kind of look until you see the color that you like. If you don't have green, you can always mix blue and yellow. I've done that many times. So that's not a problem. I'm going to keep doing this till I get a really nice dark green color. Oh, it's getting better. Again, it's just as you desire, whatever color you seem to like. I'm going to add a little bit more. There we go. It's going to be very green now. Yeah, I think that's getting pretty good. Yeah, think about that. Green enough, you think? I think it's probably pretty green. Let's just do a little bit more, just for fun. Just add a little bit more. That gave it a little bit of a darker sheen. What's kind of nice about this too, because it's marshmallows and butter, of course, it's going to have sort of a shiny look to it as well. Okay. All right, I'm going to close this up because I have spilled this many times. Put that over there. Okay, so the next thing is put in cornflakes. Okay, like I said, I have 7 cups, not 3.5, because it's a double recipe. I'm just going to do a bit at a time. This is really the hardest part to me. It's just getting everything coated really good because it's very sticky. There we go. Add the rest of that. Yeah, just go ahead and put it all in and get this mixed up really good. Really, the trick is to try to get it all coated as well as you can. have to kind of basically fold this around, and careful not to stir it too hard, because you want to have the cornflakes look flaky, you know, if you're trying to basically have, you know, holly leaves for these wreaths here. And they're supposed to look kind of spiky and stuff. Okay, almost. See how sticky it is. Better. Almost got it. Just takes a little bit of. Okay, I think that's about the best I'm going to be able to do with that. All right, so next thing is to put them on parchment paper, because it's very sticky when you do this. Actually, I think I'm going to take another spoon instead of using that rubber scraper thing. All right, now I don't make them into actual wreaths. We make these little blobs because they look more like the man thing when we do that. So I'm just going to take these blobs and kind of spread them out just a little bit like that. Some people will take these cornflakes and they'll put them into a huge wreath, just one big round wreath, and it just doesn't really have the same effect. So I like to do these little blobs of green. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of these in just a minute, but to get the finishing touch on these is you have to have red hots, okay? And the red hots are going to be the holly berries is what they're really supposed to be. But if you're making man things, those are the red eyes. Okay, I'll go ahead and add one just so I make it look more festive. But that's really why we started calling them that, because of the green, leafy look, and then the red eyes with these things. It's just fun. It's all in fun. And these are, again, a holiday favorite. We do these every year. And you can do that. You don't have to just do them at Christmas time, but, you know, obviously they're very festive. But if you want to do them another time, you can do different colors and stuff. Okay, so we got them done, and here's the finished product. They're so pretty. And again, we like to make them every Christmas because, of course, they're very festive looking, and we like to have the fun with the little man thing. But they're really fun cookies. They're so super easy to make. I think the hardest part about these cookies is just getting them off the spoon and putting them onto the parchment paper. I think that's probably the most difficult thing. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Again, like I said, it's not particularly Norwegian, but it is something that we did make growing up, and it's just a lot of fun, super easy. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you the next time.